obstacle is poverty. But other than poverty, I think it's more of a technological nature. So poverty, remoteness, and technological obstacles notwithstanding, the spread of social media has been remarkable, including in the field of separatist discussions. Even in 2015, when I met with the Minister of Environment, Siti Nurbaya, she was the former Secretary General of Home Affairs dealing with Papuan in Megawati's era. She was surprised to know that the number of separatist websites are increasing significantly. So in her time, it was only 5 internet sites, but now it's like everywhere. So it is clear that the rise of social media has facilitated the way individuals, citizens, journalists, or even activists or communities in expressing their opinions, exposing abuses, and mobilizing protests. Number 2, in the areas of other pushback is the limits on content, blocking, and manipulation. The limiting content through direct intervention is a popular method for the government to neutralize the threat of social media activity that they seems to be dangerous for the state. I think in my knowledge, in my research, I have found at least 4 websites that were blocked by the government, especially since the Yudhoyono's era, the President Yudhoyono's leadership. Number 1 is hnpbnews.com, and number 2 is Papua Merdeka News or papuapost.com. Number 3 is wartapapuabarat.org, and number 3 is suarakualaitaga.blogspot.com. So there are some other new cases which already mentioned by Victor, which is around 10 cases. So in Papua, of course, we have a very limitation on the internet infrastructure. There was no fiber optics. There was no proper LAN facilities of internet, but there is an increasing use of mobile phones to access social media, to express their opinion through mobile phone, expose abuses, and mobilize protests. The pushback in terms of content is the use of the same tool, the same of social media, by a number of groups, including what they believe, what the activists believe to be the military, or the intelligence of the military, that were behind the blocking of the website or behind the cyberbullying against the activists. It took time for me to really confirm this with the military office in Papua, including in Jakarta, until I finally had been able to discuss this with the ICT Ministry, with the Ministry of Information and Communication in Jakarta. And it took days for me to really convince them that they finally opened up a letter on archive where it is clear that the blocking was on the basis of the request by the military. In this case, the Kodam, Commando Territorial Commando Daerah Territorial in Papua, the Territorial Command in Papua. So it wasn't through a court, it wasn't through a trial, it wasn't through really a proper mechanism where a blocking can be justified. But again, I would echo what has been underlined by my colleague here, Victor Mambor, that despite that we really appreciate the way World Press Freedom Day is being hosted in Indonesia, and I agree that Indonesia should play a major role in not only in its own domestic context, but also in the region, in Southeast Asian context, or across the globe, where we have seen the decline of democracy, the decline of freedom, the rise of sectarianism, the rise of autocrats, the rise of politics of demonization, politics of hate, division, and scapegoating. I think Indonesia remains to be the most democratic country in the region, and of course,